Hello everyone, are you ready for another adventure? It's me, Wokey, and I'm back with another Fate Grand Order this time video. This time doing a grind and talk, because as you can see, I am sounding much better, though at the price of everyone else in the household has gotten... Well, actually no, it was my brother, then it was me, and now it's my mom, so you might still hear some coughing in the background, as now it's my mom's turn to recover stuff. But that's okay, because we're just going to be doing a grind and talk, and grind and talks are just a way for me to play the game and talk to you guys for a bit. And for today's grind and talk, I just need to do these missions, which are the things I have 3 days left, so that's going to be today's video. I hope you like it. If there's anything that you've been grinding, or you want to talk about, feel free to leave it down below. I don't really have a lot of structure for these, I just kind of go off. So anyway, let's see, which one of these can I do first? Not gonna do those. I'm gonna start with the easy one. Do 3 free quests in the 6th singularity. That's easy. Alright, let's go down to the 6th singularity, shall we? So yeah, I've been, yeah, I mean, it's been very tiring, actually. But I'm glad to be finally finished with work as of yesterday, probably, unless they need me for something else in which they'll call me in. But now I'm just, like, trying to rest, because work was also kind of hectic. I don't even need to think about this. It's just bring whoever the hell I want. Sure, don't ask me why you're in the team. And then, sure, this seems perfectly fine to me. But yeah, I had a crazy time at work. Getting everything done and then getting sick in the middle of that. And then, even when I thought it was done, it just kept going, which was insanity. But what can you do when you're working, right? It's better than not working, I guess. Can't speak too much about it in the nitty-gritty details as to why it gets me annoyed just because I signed an NDA, but it can be very taxing. How did you survive, Harpy? Berserker Castoria, do you want to face the allegations? Not strong enough to take down a single Naga? What's going on here? You had a Buster card. It was a Buster card with a whole bunch. What's going on? There we go. It's fine. Kukula Khan, the true top tier. Don't take anything I say seriously. And if I make myself laugh too much, I'm gonna hurt myself. Here we go. Sure, I'll expend the coins so that... There we go. And then go here, and we'll see. I should have probably done this different, because an arts card would not be enough. Never mind, Kukula Khan now asks the questions, unable to beat a silver Lamia. Kukula Khan, how do you face these allegations in which they are saying you're washed? That my goat is washed, unable to take down a single Naga when I needed her the most. She's gonna be able to take it down with a 90% buster. Never mind. Apparently these Nagas are the strongest things known to mankind. Never mind. Apparently I needed to respect the Nagas and say, you know what? You're strong. Let's take them down here. I didn't think that they would be this annoying. I was like, what the... Who cares? It's a singularity. I just fought a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna have to look for something that has easier dudes to beat. I thought I could beat all of them, which is like single cards, but apparently not. What are you doing? This Ifrit has like way too much everything. Kukula Khan, I'm gonna need you full power here. This is an Ifrit we're dealing with. Give me your full power. Well, not full power, small power. I was like, there's no way that it would need to take more than that. But maybe I was forgetting how the 6th singularity went. That or this is a stronger one. I was like, I don't know, no idea why the hell they got one of these up in here. And she almost, she lived that too, she tanked it. Well, she didn't really tank it because she died here, but you know, close enough. Yeah, good job, team, everyone here. Well, not the greatest job, but you know, a job was done. And I didn't even get nothing out of it, man. I was made a fool, and what did I get? 4 EXP. May as well be nothing. They could have called me an asshole. I would have had an easier time. This one costs more, so that makes me feel like it would be a harder fight. Fortress of the Round Knights. Well, at least this one has a chance of dropping the Great Knight albums. Alright, if they're going to be serious about this, I may as well also treat this seriously. And bring out, I don't care which one of these, Tom Mo's bitches can come out here and play. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of relaxing now. Chilling. Watch my brother beat. Now, what the hell? Where the fuck were these guys last time? Random ass soldiers that now they're more appropriate to the power level that I was expecting. Anyway, watch my brother beat Donkey Kong Bonanza. That seemed really cool. I have to beat it as well. But that game, that's a hell of a video game. I have to beat it myself though, like I said. Watching him beat it though, it looked like an experience for sure. And then I've been playing a lot of Pirate Yakuza. What the fuck is the full title here? Because they're dumb with their titles now. I shouldn't talk about Like a Dragon like that because I love the series, but Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is maybe one of the worst names for a video game ever conceived. It would have been better if it was just called Pirate Yakuza or Yakuza Majima Gaiden or something. That's the thing that maybe kills me the most, is that there's an easier title to this. Just the same, call it a Gaiden. They did it with Kiryu. The Like a Dragon Gaiden. It's a short story. Gaiden, if you don't know, means short, kind of like short story, or like a side story. So, unless they don't consider it a side story, I don't know. I'll have to see. I assume it's a side story. Ain't much going on in the story other than, like... Okay, this is me. Again, I haven't finished the game, so don't tell me how it ends. I'm just going to tell you my experience with it so far. It's been Majima's lost his memories. And then him going, damn, I lost my memories. I don't really care about that. I'm going to be a pirate now. And then people are like, Majima, we love you. Can you come back to us? And he goes, no, I'd rather be a pirate. And they go, oh, okay. And now I need to help this child. This small boy, he needs me right now. He's like that meme. Have you ever seen that meme of the person who goes like, this is why I fuck with you heavy style, because you keep it real? And it's like a grown man talking to a 5-year-old who said, I just ate some gummies and took a nap. That's the Pirate Yakuza story in a nutshell. It's him and Noah hanging out with Goro as well, the little animal. And... it's a lot of them, like, experiencing the world, and a lot of him talking to Noah, and him going, man, you're so right, Noah. Man, learning so much with you. The story is maybe not the strong point. It is a very silly story. I don't mind it. But I definitely am starting to see some of the, like, the story is maybe not the place to go for it, which is a shame, because usually the Yakuza story is extremely good. So I'm pushing through it. I'm near the end. I am still enjoying it a whole bunch, even though it sounds like I'm not. I wouldn't play a game for... let me see, how much did I play this for so far? 23 hours? I wouldn't play it for 23 hours if I did not like the game. So I really do like it, and I'm hoping to beat it pretty soon so I can start moving on to some other games I think came out this year or came out last year. Something within that range. Just keep on playing. A lot of good games came out near the end of September that I need to catch up on. Man, so much. Like, it was an insane year for video games. Silent Hill F, Hollow Knight, Silk Song. The new Final Fantasy game came out right at the 30th Tactics. Tactics, I don't remember the name of. The Tactics something. Probably Tactics 2, something like that. Which I'm a fan of the Tactics Advance, which was a GBA game that if you go back on the channel, you can see me showing it to Zen, but I love that game. We could not keep playing it because that game is extremely hard to make video content for, I guess, is the nice way of saying it. But it's more like it would have taken a very long time, and it's a very grindy video game. Although I wouldn't have minded if I had Zen or anyone else with me there, but and I would just do that by myself. That's a whole fun video game. If you don't know what Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is, it's this GBA version of Final Fantasy Tactics. Not, I assume, in the same universe, just because in that one, the conceit of it is that a kid picks up a book that talks about the story inside of it. And then he kind of isekais the entire world into the world itself. And that's the conceit is that your main character remembers, and he's like, This is messed up. We need to go back home, man. This is like not right. So you try and go back, and along the way you meet some of the characters who were there previously. Some of them don't want to go back, like I guess spoilers for Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, but I guess if you haven't played it this long, you should go ahead and play it, but I would suggest playing it. Your younger brother in the game, he's someone who is paraplegic, he's in a wheelchair, and in this Advance world, he's not. So he tells his brother, why would I want to go back? It doesn't make sense. We can just stay here. He's like, that's not... Basically, every character is like, why do you want to go back to the human world? That shit sucks ass. And he's like, yeah, but it's our world. It doesn't matter that it sucks ass. That's the reality we live in. We have to live in the current reality. And I agree that, yo, this place is fun. I've been hanging out with a Moogle. I have my own company here. I'm like a business owner in this world. But I'm still trying to get back home. I think we need to go back home and do everything because this is not the real world. And you can tell that a lot of cases... I think the coolest aspect of it, because the kid who ends up making the world is... troubled, I guess, is not the right way of saying it, but he gets bullied a lot in school, and then his dad is kind of like an alcoholic. So, in this world, the reason you know it's him who kind of created it, besides the fact that you saw him get the book, obviously, is that his family members are doing very well. Like, his dad, his alcoholic dad, is like the main head judge, and he's actually well kept and everything, and the person who is giving him the wish is fronting as his mom, because his mom, I think, has already passed away and died, which is why his dad is always drinking and why he's having such a hard time. And I think it came from a very good place of, like, an understanding of fantasy, right? Of, like, what does it actually mean? What fantasy is, which is an escape. But at the same time, even if the fantasy is an escape, you should not actually escape from your real problems. You should learn to face them, confront them, and improve from them rather than hiding from them. Or at least that's the message I took from it. And so I think Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is a cool game. So I want to play that new game, even though it has absolutely nothing with any of the things I just said. It just has a very similar battle system, I believe. But it sounds cool. Check it out, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. You buy it now on the... Actually, no, you can't buy it anywhere. Actually, if you wanted to buy Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, how much would it cost you? Hold up. FFTA price. I'm sure Google knows what I want. Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance Game Boy. The Evilist Chronicles is apparently what it's called. Wait, is Evilist Chronicles just... Is that the same place that it's called? But when the pillar of life came crashing down, I had to stand and watch them fall. You know, you guys are listening to me here, but... Okay, no, it's a different thing. Alright, price charting. If you wanted to buy a new in-copy version of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for the Game Boy Advance, you could find it for apparently... You can buy it for 20 on eBay. Someone was selling it for like $26.95, which is not bad. You know, it also does say authentic cart only and stuff like that, so they would send you the game cartridge and you just believe them. If you wanted it in box, loose price is $24.99. Perfectly acceptable price, I would say. Some people would say, why would you spend $24.99 for a game that released this many years ago? When the game has this much sauce, you pay the correct price for it if you want the real version. For a complete price, which I assume is getting it in a box, but I assume it's opened, $64.97. If it's brand spanking new, $276.15. If it's graded, $646.25. This makes no fucking sense. If you just want the box, it's $40. And if you just want the manual, it's $10. Who the fuck is buying a box only and saying, collectors? Nah, bro. No, but why would a box ever be more than the game? I'm not saying that $40 for a box isn't like crazy if the box is in excellent condition, but the game itself, it means that there's someone out there who's like, take out the game, I just want the box. I would get... I don't know. Maybe it's truly trying to go for the ultimate collection here, but this was definitely something that's like, I guess it is for the guy who's like, I'm just missing the box. I have.
Remastered now, so I doubt people are gonna be going for that.
I don't think it was remastered.
The Chronicle Chronicles, that's what it's called.
That's not the new version. That is not the name of the Final Fantasy
They gave
Tactics.
it a name.
No, I don't think that's true.
Yes. It's the same game.
It is not the same game.
It's the same protagonist.
It is. I'm looking at this trailer. It does not look the same to me.
They added probably new stuff, but it's the same.
Are you telling me this is Final Fantasy Tactics Advance?
Yes.
What the fuck am I doing here? Why am I not buying this game? The people tired of Warden. No, I should buy it. This is not how the game. This has nothing to do with the things that I was talking about beforehand. The Battlefield stuff, sure. Okay, wait a minute. Wait. That doesn't look anything like you, though. And I need to see you in charge of your Moogle friend.
Oh, you're talking about Advance. You're talking about the Game Boy game, right?
Yes, the Game Boy GBA. I'm talking about Tactics Advance.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the PlayStation one.
No.
That was the first one.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I know they're different. All right, I'm returning back to the grind. But you're making me seem like I was a crazy person on this one. But no, I know the yeah, no, it's different. I don't think they released Tactic Advance on anything else, just because they did on the Wii U. Damn, another win for the Wii U. People didn't know how good they had it because they didn't buy the Wii U. I hope so. If maybe if I buy it on the, which is where I plan to buy it, people will, the Square Enix will see this and they'll be like, the people yearn for tactics games. We have another tactics game called Tactics Advance. Let's release it on here. Or hell, they can put it on their freaking, no, they would never give it to Nintendo to put on the streaming service. Not on the streaming service, the free service that they have that gives GBA games. But either way, it would be good for that. It would be a good way to check people out, but I don't think that Final Fantasy Square would give it to them. Because none of the Final Fantasy games are on the SNES. The SNES collection, the NES collection, like, they don't want to give them anything. They're like, no, we need people to pay full price for our $60 collection, so we're not going to give you to them for free. It doesn't really make sense to us. Which is like, okay, but I really would like Tactics Advance somewhere out there. It's a very fun game. Played it a bunch as a child. I screwed myself out of the 100% though, because I learned later into the game on my original game file, which I think by the end might have had like 600 hours into it or so. But around hour 120, I realized that I should have been the Hunter class early, so I would have been able to collect the monsters that I was having during main story quests. And once you beat the game completely, not every monster shows up. So I actually screwed myself from having a full 100% completion of the video game, because I didn't do that from the start. And I was like, well, I feel like I was punished for unjust reasons. How the fuck was I supposed to know that these monsters would never come back? And I wouldn't be able to capture them. That's maybe the most fucked up part, is like you can't actually capture them. So I just missed an entire part of the game for no reason. But I guess that's just video games. I don't think they do that no more. They usually are better at like making you say like, hey, there's a mechanic you're missing here. You should try and use it at some point. And if you don't, then I guess it didn't really matter to complete it. And it was like the one specific thing inside of a job class. Take this, little ones. Get boned. Get destroyed. And now we have spellbooks. Go here. Go here. But yeah, look at that. A Silent Hill F I would like to play. I don't know how I'd like to play it though. Maybe on the stream thing at some point, after my brother finished playing it. That would be potentially fun. I want to do a little bit more stream things on there, but I also need to beat Fate Samurai at some point. But whatever, I can skip an entire month now playing Fate Samurai. Fate Samurai is not until December, then lock in during November. Because that's when I need to actually start caring about when I finish some of these. Because that's when all the big stuff happens. But who knows, maybe I'll have long days. So I was thinking about doing it this week, but I was like, no, man. I can't imagine doing this for 4 hours. Talking. Not until I'm at least finished being sick. At least now I'm only coughing now because I'm making myself laugh like an idiot. But, when I get to the point where I'm not doing that, then I can go back to doing regular stream stuff. And get back to doing my regular videos as well. Get back to asking Zen for when's next Shonen Archive. Which we haven't been able to do because Zen came up with some issues again. So we're waiting to see them get resolved. But he's also constantly looking to see if he can do it. He's having a real rough year with it. So I'm being very patient. And thankfully all the people who watch Shonen Archive are similar. Plus, we have agreed. Obviously, the show doesn't end unless one of us dies. And neither one of us plans to die just yet. I make plans for dying, but I don't actually think I'll die at some point. I mean, it'll have to happen eventually. But... And when it happens, hopefully, all the notes that I've taken will be given from my brother and given to my family. And I expect them to fully complete them. So, I expect my body to be completely burned, and then a video package of the ending sequence of Donkey Kong Bonanza, but of pictures of me throughout my life playing. See, I told you, I'm fine unless I make myself laugh like an idiot. But all that planned ahead. On a whole bunch of fun stuff planned for this year as well. I can't wait for 13 Nights of Halloween to start up again. I've already started watching some stuff. I started with, which I guess you can check out on my Twitter. It's funny because I think I have, the people who follow me on YouTube probably don't know that I have a Twitter. Just because I'm much more low-key on Twitter. Mainly because Twitter sucks now. But, I at least try and make it not suck as much by saying, yo, check out this horror movie I watched, and then fade away from the site because it's a hell to be on. But I started with Christine, which was a John Carpenter horror movie based off a Stephen King book, which was about the evil haunted car, and I thought that was pretty good. At one point, a character says, it's an important plot point. Apparently, this is a deleted scene. They cut it because it was too hot for 1983. But a character shits on a car. Like, they destroy the car. They destroy Christine. Spoilers for Christine. They destroy Christine. And apparently, the last act of them destroying the car, it was not enough for these hooligans to destroy the car. He had to shit inside the car. And apparently in the deleted scene, you see the man drop trow and shit in the car. And for whatever reason, they said this isn't good enough to put in the movie, man. We're deleting the scene. Is that cool with you, John Carpenter? And he said, you know what? Perfectly fine. I think the car shitting scene doesn't need to be seen. But the shit inside the car is key to the events of Christine, because the police question the guy, and they go to question him after one of them has been mysteriously killed, and he says, like, didn't your car get destroyed? He's like, it wasn't that bad, I fixed it. He's like, I heard these boys, the guy who was ran over last night, he was one of them that participated in the destruction. He's like, it's fine. He's like, oh, really, heard he shit in your car. He's like, shit can wipe off. It was the funniest, interrogation of a man. Because if you get interrogated by a cop, and you say, so you're cool with everything? And you go, yeah, I am. I think when you say, but he shit in your car, is the part where you go, well, okay, well, yes, I am very mad at him because he shit in my car.
The real question is, in SMT2, is Chris the car, does it still have the shit in there?
In SMT2, that's a good question.
Because basically just Christine. It's just called Chris the Car.
Chris the Car. Think about that next time you look at anything based off of Christine or Chris the Car. That means that someone in the Shin Megami Tensei universe shit on Chris the Car. Now, the thing is that Christine in the movie magically fixes itself, but this does not answer the question of did the car magically also get rid of the shit from inside, or did he still have to like physically clean the shit off the car?
I think he just reverts to when the shit was first placed.
Now that's even crazier because that shit has to go somewhere. Like the
I think that shit is perpetually not rotting.
That's insane. That's some insane lore, but that's what I can expect from the mind of Stephen King. So let me now look at here. So yeah, I recommend seeing that movie. It's fantastic.
Okay, Christine's skills here in SMT.
Uh-huh.
We have tackle.
Pretty good.
Bite. Squash.
I mean, that's pretty accurate to Christine. Christine doesn't really do much but run people over with their car.
It changes to poison breath in the future games.
No, that's the power. That's Chris has learned to harness the power of the shit. The poison breath.
That's just them turned on the AC and poison the shit at them.
Exactly. It's the most deadly thing that you can imagine. The most deadly form of attack.
It's a foul demon.
It's a terrible demon.
So it's like a slime, basically.
See, that's the kind of evil that you can expect from Christine, and from Chris the Car from Shin Megami Tensei.
They are Dark Law.
Like they're saying the car. I mean, the car.
Their alignment is Dark Law, but before it was Dark Chaos.
I guess that's really Sim saying. Maybe that was a discussion in our office saying. So is the car unjustified for going after the people who shit inside of it?
No, not really.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think if in general, if you were to, let me put myself into the shoes of the car. If someone beat me up and then shit on me before they left, I would kill them.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair and very human. I think that's the first thing you look for afterwards, is that after you fix yourself up, you're saying, I need to get my lick back. This can't stand.
I really want to continue this as a talk. There's one specific Shin Megami Tensei game where Christine is considered a puppet type of demon. Puppets are controlled by the artist. So, Chris the Car shares that with Bone Golem. And what Bone Golem is a Dungeons and Dragons skeleton.
Uh-huh.
That's all he is. That's what he's based from.
Bone Golem. They're saying...
And Chris the Car share the puppet...
The puppet trait.
Race.
I guess that's an interesting interpretation of... Again, I think that also makes sense. I think they leave it pretty vague whether or not Christine... I mean, who's controlling Christine, we may never know. Is it really just a sentient car? Is it haunted by some kind of evil woman? We don't know. But I feel like puppet is a pretty good way of saying it. Like, yeah, a car is kind of like a puppet.
Is it weak to fire?
No, it is not. It is not. I think Christine the Car actually has 0 weaknesses, which is what they find. Apparently, I had looked this up because I wanted to see what the differences are between it and the novel version of it, which I plan to probably read later on. And in the novel, they beat Christine, and then the guy is reading a newspaper, and he goes like, so yes, a car has started killing again the last of the victims that attacked it, and now I think it's going to come back from them. So basically what happened is that over 4 years, even though they shredded, they put the parts of Christine into a shredder, Christine reformed itself. So the car is truly immortal, and...
Well, according to Shin Megami Tensei 2, Christine is resistant against gun and stuff. But it's weak to electricity.
I mean, it is a car. I guess if you tried to electrocute a car, it would take you pretty far.
But when we go to say if it now has a fire weakness, expel weakness, and a rush weakness.
Huh. That's
But it now resists electricity, gun, sword, hand punch techniques, and throwing and flying techniques.
It's learning. Is
But
what it sounds
it
like.
nullifies kicks,
Yeah, you can't get
magical, bind, curse, nerve, which means you can't get buff with like a charm or whatever. Ice.
See, the car is constantly changing, and its power fluctuates from game to game.
Christine, what a movie.
Christine, what a movie. So that's, I suggest watching it. Even though I've told you most of the plot right there, it's still worth seeing. Directed by John Carpenter. John Travolta's in it as a punk. He plays the punk who's like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna stab you. I'm gonna stab your lunch. It's like one of those type of roles. Fantastic at it though. At one point, he gets chased by a burning car, which is Christine on fire, because the car starts aura farming, because it crashes a car into a gas station and it blows itself up, and then it escapes the fire and starts chasing him while it's on fire, which is a pure aura farming move. Even in the 1980s, they said this needs to happen, so it's important to do. It's important to the plot and to the progression of everything. So Christine, hell of a movie. I plan to see some other ones. Some ones that I haven't gotten around to seeing. Some ones that I think are likely in theaters now that I can go check out. And in general, just check out some horror movies just because I'm in the mood for it. It's the spooky season, and the spooky season means seeing it. Plus, I have to find the public domain movies to watch for Devil's Night, which is the 24th. I don't know if Zen is going to be able to do it this year, but if it's not, then I'll get my brother and we'll watch public domain horror movies on October 30, I think is when Devil's Night is technically. Yeah. I was watching a documentary on this too, where they talked about what the origins of some of this stuff was, where it's Mischief Night or Devil's Night. Apparently in the olden days, Halloween was a time of... It was very different. Basically, kids roamed the streets wearing masks, hitting people because of Guy Fawkes, and it got to a point where it was really bad, and the only thing that saved America from the terror of Halloween was someone came up with the idea of what if we give the kids candy and they don't fuck us up. And so they did that, and they said, if you don't fuck up our houses, we'll give you some like candy apples or something like that. And they're like, okay, sweet. And then next year they're like, it became commodified, because once you start doing something and someone notices, it's like, I can make money off of this, sell them Hershey's bars, do this, do that. And so they said to the kids, we'll give you this instead. And enough kids were like, screw this, man. I mean, breaking stuff is cool, but candy, it's candy, and we can eat candy. And that's why we have Halloween the way it is. Though, of course, nowadays Halloween is also very different from when even I had it and when my brother had it from back in the day. But anyway, that's all the missions that I've got here done. So I have to do a lot of these other ones, but it's okay. I can save it for later. Plus, it's getting to 30 minutes or so. That's good enough before I start getting more cost. But thank you very much for watching, everyone. That's been another Grind and Talk. If you have anything to say and say, hey, what you've been doing, feel free. If you have anything to say about any of the things we discussed here, how do you feel about Chris the Car? Do you feel like he should be due for Persona 6? The return of Chris the Car? Let us know. Did you buy Final Fantasy? How do you feel about Final Fantasy Tactics Advance? What are you doing in FGO now as you wait? I think someone most recently told me, what do you do to stave off being burnt out? And my answer was, I play other games. Which is like the easiest way of doing it, but, you know, if you have any answer to that, I thought it was an interesting question. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully by then I'll sound much better. Until next time, time to say goodbye. Say goodbye, boy.
Goodbye.
And peace out. Bye.